We are assembling right up here on Central Park West, actually between 60th Street and 86th Street. We will either defend the rights of people and the earth, and then for that we have to dismantle the rights corporations have assigned to themselves, or corporations will in the next 2 or 3 decades destroy this planet in terms of human possibility.
The science tells us we've had less than 1 degree centigrade of warming, but we'll have somewhere between 2 and 4 degrees by 2050. This is clearly not livable.
It's part of the story. It's part of that fabric of all these multinational corporations coming in illegally, extracting resources. We always come back to that. It's all about extracting the resources.
In our society, people look at nature as a great big resource for our pleasure, profit, and convenience. And we do whatever we want with it. We dump whatever we want into it. We move whatever we want, wherever we want, and we're in trouble.
Part of my duty and responsibility as an Indigenous person, as a steward of, a keeper and a steward of the land, that it's my responsibility to come forward and protect it as much to my ability as I can.
The models that I have problems with are models that continue to rely on a market system that's based on growth. If we start to differentiate between growth and development, and we have an economy that's based on development and quality of life and well-being, then that can start to create a very different dynamic.
There are businesses being built today and fortunes being built today that are riding this transition from fossil fuel-based energy system to a clean, renewable-based energy system. And it's not a straight line, but it is probably the single biggest investment opportunity, business building opportunity in the history of civilization.
We have to tell the truth that this is a planetary emergency, that the transition being proposed by the corporations and the politicians isn't happening, and we need democratic control over energy, resources, and options. And I think that's a narrative that we should be pushing forward.
There are alternative, sustainable, renewable energy out there, and there's more and more. We have the technology, we have the scientists, we have the people that are skilled to do these things, and I think we need to start pushing our leadership, our governments, and all these multinational corporations, if they're agreeable, to start going in that direction.
Reclaiming what was once public and turning it into a public service again is a step that unions can support from the point of view of their own members' interests, but also from the perspective of planning a transition to a renewables-based economy.
We need to have a society and a civilization and a government based on reason, based on science, based on facts. What we have in a lot of cases, especially when it comes to oil and gas, policy-driven determinations that then you have to try to figure out how the science makes sense, or you take the science and just put it away and nobody looks at it.
You put those groups together and you have, a rebellion that cannot be stopped. In fact, that rebellion is already in full swing, which gets back to the political point. This is about recognizing the power that we already have.